No, she released this literally like 2 weeks ago. So
I saw this on her Instagram, and I was like, no, Rachel.
yes.
No, stop it. Stop it, Rachel.
I appreciate it.
Now we're reacting to Rum Pum 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 Pum. Legionelle wrote Rum Pum Pum to make her listeners' troubles disappear.
She sings, "Every day I sing for joy. To all the bad thoughts, they just bring me down. But won't be scared. I'll say shh and scare them away. When you can't see the light and feel so lost and so alone, when everything falls apart and you can't take it anymore, remember, I told you in this whole world, there's nothing and nobody that can hurt you. I got you. Don't be scared. Don't you ever forget love." The song is composed and written by Jenna.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1. I love the backing vocals.
Reminds me of the opening of Frozen. I don't know.
These freaking chords, man, they're so colorful.
Oh, what?
Meter?
Oh,
that just simply
wasn't
four?
counting. That part of my brain is not turned on.
She always puts that like toy Glock in a lot of her songs, and I love that. It's such a cool color.
Whoa.
Ooh.
It's like a 6/8. Whoa.
Oh man, this set is so cool.
Yeah, adding those drums in like that, fantastic. Great percussion arrangement. Kind of accentuating the same beats as the piano, it's great.
This song feels like it has many different identities.
Yeah.
It's a chant song, it's groovy, it's cute.
I'm still waiting for the chance to come back.
Ugh, those strings. This call and response vibe's kind of fun.
Aww. Oh. That was unexpected.
Ah, yeah.
I think that was like
There's almost a metal style to the percussion sometimes, and then he brings it into jazz. It's just really nice. Oh, great, yeah. That's so interesting.
nice.
Little octatonic scale, very good.
For sure.
Pastoral Symphony?
They're in some 16ths over the compound meter. Yeah, she can play, man. She can really play.
Oh my god. Oh.
Ooh, the tone on that guitar.
Yes.
Okay, so it kind of comes all together by the end.
Sort of. Just by one section repeating, suddenly we have an anchor.
And the violin. That was nice. Or no, the electric guitar. Sorry, not violin. Ooh. That's such a tight groove.
Wait, is that Egypt? Oh.
Oh, the drums.
Sorry.
This feels like the minor section of like the fears and thoughts kind of clouding around you. And now she's singing to fight against that.
Oh, every note that bass just played was just so perfect. I want to give that bass player a kiss. He's not in the video. Or she.
Didn't we have that motif in the piano earlier?
Whoa. That was 5 minutes? That didn't feel like 5 minutes.
That was really interesting.
I think it's her most ambitiously composed piece in terms of structure. It feels like she knows what she's doing because by the end it's all clear to us. But the journey is somehow deliberately confusing because I think it's about something. It's about something internal, you know, some sort of struggle.
I can feel like there's a strong message behind it because the main thing I felt from this was like the contrast between this simple, like cute melody that everyone can sing versus, you know, the more complex stuff that, you know, people might be like, whoa, what's this?
It's very satisfying.
You really get a sense of the story through like, I don't know, just like the whole structure of the song. It takes you to a dark place, but like her vocal quality kind of like stays the same, like stays constant throughout all that. So he's like, I got you.
The harmony in the vocals and the doubling of the vocals going on with this recording is really, really good. Because her voice is already very luscious in texture. So it just makes it like a velvet blanket of sound and voice. It's really nice. Some of my favorite things about pop music and recorded pop music is you can create these textures of just like exactly what she's saying, like holding people, like everything's gonna be all right. Those like this right now. Everything will be okay because she just did that.
What were the harmonic lands that we went through? How did you feel like those supported the message?
I think it's like the brightness of the song. It's like the first part is like, ah. And then suddenly it becomes like kind of dark. So like I forgot the chorus, but yeah. But it's super cool. And also the string arrangement's beautiful. Who arranged that?
Yujina.
No way.
Yeah.
All by herself? What?
She's so killing.
Yeah, it was like it's a really interesting like orchestration as well because she kind of goes in between this like very like jazz influenced sections, but then with this like electric guitar as well,
like,
which can be in jazz, but it's like more not jazz style.
Yeah,
you know?
especially the tone of the guitar, like it's definitely meant to be a contrast to that, and then like
and
just
really nice.
interjects between
and like with
2 bars
with all the strings as well. Just combining all these things, and then like all the vocalists.
I love how she uses the background vocals too, because like most of the time, like when it's coming back in those like chorus reprises, like I don't know, it's all usually unison. It's kind of that empowering kind of effect, right? But like during those more stormy and like jazz sections, like they contribute a lot to that like dissonant harmony. Like I don't know, just how she stacked those vocals and like kind of swells.
Yeah,
Like,
I also
it's a
just
cool
like
effect.
like the chanting kind of thing going on. Like she says something and then like the other vocalists go like say something back, right? It's like they're like empowered, like we're ready to defeat the world, you know? Like I don't know.
I love that "will be undefeatable" is that 5th octave, or not 5th octave. The 5th leap, because that's usually what French horns play in
And it's
triumphant
strong,
music,
yeah.
right? Da 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 da. When going out on a hunt, we are undefeatable.
Yeah.
That was a journey, huh?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
What part of the journey did you enjoy the most?
That descending chord progression.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like. And then what did it do? And then this one. And then.
and then it's like that's sick. The bass line, it just goes all the way down from 1 down to 1 and just like boom, do do do. And it's just like so colorful. Yeah, I love it.
It has some classic jazz fusion vibes because of the electric guitar. Back in the 70s, there was a whole big jazz fusion movement where like you're combining rock elements but still keeping it very jazz. Like I don't think this ever gets to a full rock. It definitely keeps its jazz roots, and even if it goes a little hard sometimes, it comes back to it in the next section, you know. So it does feel like a progressive jazz fusion sort of thing, and also a little bit of metal. The da 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 da. That's a very metal riff.
After listening to that, I did feel some sort of satisfaction towards the end, but on the way there, I was like, this section and this section and this section, I am confused where I am emotionally, what's happening harmonically and rhythmically. I was like, I'm not really sure where I am. I kind of felt like I was stumbling maybe through a dark tunnel. And I didn't necessarily feel like we reached the end of the tunnel by the end, because there was a lot of dark undertones in that la 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 la. It almost seemed kind of creepy. But I think if it's paired with the English lyrics that we read, maybe the message is that you may feel like there's always some sort of negativity or darkness that is lurking in your life, but if we sing together, it'll be okay and you can keep moving forward.
Yeah, I agree.
Like when she's singing about troubles, like the harmony gets super dense and crunchy. Like it's like text painting. Ugh.
She does that a lot. There's always like some kind of like accompaniment in the piano with her voice, or even like the electric guitar.
Yeah, just like the
would accompany
doubling it.
the melody.
Like whoever mixed her did like some really interesting stuff, because there were a lot of sections where it was like really full and intense and her voice was like barely there. And then the guitar was like really overpowering, and it was in the same like timbre of her voice. And it like made for some really cool like interjections. But like during the whole sections where she was just singing with it, it was like, that's weird.
Right, because it blended in so much.
It always felt like kind of competitive. Maybe that was the point, like that was a really nasty guitar tone. Like everything was whistling, everything was like really bendy. So maybe that was what they were going for.
Yeah, she did a lot of that too, like with the, not even like creating a polyrhythm of 4, but like actually putting 4s over the beat. Like the...
It's like the
Dirty
fills.
Loops.
It's like Dirty Loops fills. He always just does 4 or 16 notes or triplets. Just the opposite of whatever's going on.
Yeah. Wait.
Wait, go back. Da-da-da-da. I literally have no idea what just happened.
I think Lee Jin-a's music, especially the early stuff that we've heard when we first started reacting to her, this is what it's building up to, in my opinion. When we hear the song Random and that weird little part with the piano, it sounds a little unsettling, but it's so short that we don't think of it as unsettling, we think of it as just quirky. But I think there may actually be a hint of darkness in Lee Jin-a's music this whole time.
Well, when I did interview them about Random, they talked about there being a war between the feeling of anger and a feeling of happiness. And so that's what was happening there, and here it might just be a little bit more fleshed out and more darkness, allowed.
Yeah, I feel like when you're an artist trying to break out, you know, you have to think about what the audience is ready for and marketing versus musicality. And I think this is the spot where a lot of the ideas she's had in the past, she's more daring. She's more daring to go places. Yeah, and it's really great.
It's a wholly unique sound, right?
A
Like
completely new sound that's like just her, you know what I mean? Like not only because of like her voice, which is like so distinct, but just like the way that she combines all these styles that I'm assuming she's been influenced by, right? Like I don't know, I mean, she she's a music major, right? Like she was a music major in college. Was she jazz? Do you know?
You didn't watch the
I
interview
forgot.
sent you?
I forgot.
Yeah, she's
It's just
immensely
it's,
talented.
It's amazing.
이 코드가 살짝 좀 감정적으로 뭔가 좀 밝지도 않고 어둡지도 않은 딱 중간의 코드 느낌이잖아요.
She's my mom. She's my mom now. Idina, you're my mom.
She's my mom.
I know she's gonna see this, right?